Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Wildlife Wisdom. So far, I've been your host, Zero Yeti. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first animal of the week being the king cobra. It is a species of large venomous snake endemic to the Asian countries of India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, China, Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Despite its name and appearance, the king cobra is not a true cobra, but instead the sole member of the genus Ophiophagus, which is the sister clade to the cobra genus Naja. King cobras are solitary diurnal creatures which inhabit forests, bamboo groves, mangrove swamps, and agricultural areas where they feed upon primarily other snakes like kraits, true cobras, vipers, smaller pythons, rat snakes, whip snakes, and keelbacks, but they are also known to occasionally feed upon birds, small mammals, and lizards. King cobras are themselves occasionally killed and eaten by mongooses, honey badgers, and certain birds of prey, as well as other king cobras. Reaching on average of around 9 to 13 feet, or 2.75 to 4 meters in length, with the longest known individual being around 19.2 feet or 5.85 meters in length. The king cobra is the largest venomous snake on Earth. The muzzle is rounded with shielded nostrils and large golden eyes with rounded pupils. It has 2 fangs and 3 to 5 maxillary teeth in the upper jaw and 2 rows of teeth in the lower jaw. Its hood is oval-shaped and covered in olive green smooth scales with 2 black spots between the lower scales. The body coloration may vary based on habitat and distribution, from black and white stripes to unbroken brownish gray. The king cobra is not considered aggressive and usually avoids humans and slinks off when disturbed, but is known to aggressively defend its own incubating eggs. When alarmed, it will raise its front part of the body, extend the hood, and show its fangs and hiss. The king cobra's venom consists of cytotoxins and neurotoxins, including alpha neurotoxins and three-finger toxins, which affect the victim's central nervous system, resulting in severe pain, blurred vision, vertigo, drowsiness, and eventually paralysis and cardiovascular collapse. As such, bites from the species are medically significant and may result in rapid fatality in less than 30 minutes unless large quantities of antivenom are administered. Breeding typically occurs from March to May. After mating, the female will build a complex chambered nest out of leaf litter where she will lay between 7 and 43 eggs, which she will then incubate for some 66 to 105 days. Under ideal conditions, a king cobra may live around 20 years. Next up is Tursops trocatus, better known as the Atlantic bottlenose dolphin. The common bottlenose dolphin, or simply the bottlenose dolphin, is a species of marine mammal in the dolphin genus Tursops and the family Delphinidae. These are highly social animals that live in groups known as pods, which can vary in number from as little as 2 individuals to as many as over 1,000, though pods of around 15 individuals are typically common. Pod mates communicate with one another through a plethora of sounds, including clicks, whistles, grunts, squeaks, blowhole exhales, and fin and tail slaps. In addition to communication, the Atlantic bottlenose dolphins use sound in the form of echolocation to hunt prey such as shrimp, other crustaceans, squid, and a wide variety of eels and other fish. Common bottlenose dolphins are themselves preyed upon by orcas and large sharks. Despite their name, the Atlantic bottlenose dolphin is not restricted solely to the Atlantic Ocean, and they are native to both tropical and temperate waters worldwide, both in coastal inshore areas and offshore open ocean, with bottlenose dolphins only really avoiding polar seas of the Arctic and Antarctic. They appear to be 4 distinct lineages of bottlenose dolphin, one native to the Mediterranean Sea, one native to the Atlantic coast of North America, one native to the Black Sea, and one globally distributed lineage of distinctly pelagic dolphins. Common bottlenose dolphins can range in size from 6.6 feet to 13 feet or 2 to 4 meters in length. 440 pounds or 1,000 to 100,100 pounds or 200 to 500 kilograms in weight, with males typically reaching bigger sizes than females. The body is gray in coloration with a pair of flippers, a curved dorsal fin, and a strong, large tail. Common bottlenose dolphins have short, distinct snouts which more or less resemble an old-timey bottle of gin, hence their common name. This snout is not the animal's actual nose, however, as like all cetaceans, the nose of the bottlenose dolphin evolved to be a blowhole location on top of their head. In general, coastal bottlenose dolphins have smaller bodies, thinner layer of blubbers, larger fins and flippers, and more flexible necks, which are adaptations for maneuverability and heat dispersal in shallow, warmer waters. In contrast, pelagic dolphins are darker in coloration with larger bodies, a thicker layer of blubber, smaller fins and flippers, shorter beaks, which are adaptations to help them absorb and retain heat in deeper, colder waters. Common bottlenose dolphins are polygamous, with females being able to enter estrus at any time of the year, though it usually occurs during the spring. During this time, she often breeds with multiple mates. After a year-long pregnancy, a mother bottlenose dolphin will give birth to a single calf, which will remain by their mother's side for 3 to 8 years. Under ideal conditions, an Atlantic bottlenose dolphin will reach sexual maturity around 5 to 14 years of age and live upwards of 50. Next up is Melanoplus bivivatus, better known as the two-striped grasshopper or yellow-striped grasshopper. It is a poikilothermic species of grasshopper belonging to the genus Melanoplus, which is native throughout North America, from southern Canada to northern Mexico, and from the Atlantic coast to the Pacific coast. They tend to inhabit grasslands, wetlands, and open forest understory, crop fields, parks, lawns, and basically anywhere with fields of vegetation on which they can easily feed. Two-striped grasshoppers are active in the daytime and perch on top of crops of vegetation at night to rest. Once warm sunshine raises their body temperatures, they descend and either continue feeding or move on to a new plant. Nymphs and adults can move in large migratory groups to new patches of vegetation, and these swarms can be seen flying high above the ground. Two-striped grasshoppers are themselves eaten by spiders, mantids, other invertebrates, various reptiles, amphibians, birds, and mammals. Reaching some 30 to 55 millimeters in length, two-striped grasshoppers are so named due to their pair of pale yellow stripes running along the top of the body from above the eyes to the hind tip of the wings. They also have a yellowish-green coloration throughout their body due to chromoprotein and carotenoids. The rest of the body looks similar to that of most grasshopper species, with enlarged hind legs for jumping, two pairs of wings, with one set overlapping the other. Mating can last up to 10 hours. If you hear that, that's my turtle being weird, trying to escape its aquarium by climbing. Anyway, where were we? And that's a train. This was a bad time to record. I'm sorry. Mating can occur for up to 10 hours as males transfer both food and sperm to the females. Said females lay around 450 eggs in the soil before winter, and nymphs hatch in the spring when temperatures begin to rise. It takes around 40 days for the nymphs to reach their adult stage. Under ideal conditions, a two-striped grasshopper will live upwards of 2 years. Next up is Pterois volitans, more commonly known as the red lionfish, the Volitan lionfish, the zebra turkeyfish, or the butterfly cod. It is a species of venomous fish in the family Scorpinidae in the order Scorpiniformes, which is native to the warm tropical waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. They have also been introduced to the eastern Mediterranean and western Atlantic, where they have become particularly invasive in the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, and that is thunder. They are primarily nocturnal species of voracious predators known to feed upon smaller fish, mollusks, crustaceans, and other invertebrates. When hunting, they corner their prey using their large fins and then use their quick reflexes to swallow their prey whole. Red lionfish are themselves eaten by groupers, moray eels, certain sharks, and bobbit worms. Reaching around 18.5 inches or 47 centimeters in length, the red lionfish is one of the largest species of lionfish. Coloration can vary depending on age and maturity of the individual fish, displaying a red to burgundy, white, or brown to black vertical stripes along the length of their body. It also has large fan-like pectoral fins and tall banded spines on the dorsal fin. These fins, together with their other long non-venomous fins, which work to create an appearance similar to a mane, giving the common name lionfish. The lionfish's venomous dorsal spines are used purely for defense, and they are slow swimmers, so when threatened, they will turn their spines towards their attackers, even if this means swimming upside down. The sting is usually not fatal to humans, but may cause extreme pain, headaches, vomiting, and difficulty breathing. Lionfish reproduce by monthly spawning, with their eggs attaching to surrounding plants, rocks, and corals. After just 36 hours, the young will hatch as larvae and quickly disperse with currents far and wide. Under ideal conditions, a red lionfish will reach sexual maturity around a year of age and live upwards of 10. Next up is the magpie, which is a British breed of domestic duck. The magpie was bred after the end of the First World War by N.C. Gower Williams in Wales and Oliver Drake in Yorkshire. The ancestry of the breed is not well known. It may have included Indian runner, possibly with some influence of the Huttagem from Belgium. The magpie was first described in 1921, with a breeders' club forming and breeding standard establishing in 1926. At that time, two color varieties were recognized by the club, black and white and blue and white. The black and white variant remained the only color recognized by the Poultry Club of Great Britain until 1997, when the blue and white and dune and white were recognized. There is a chocolate and white variant which was developed by breeders in Germany and was later added. These birds are of medium size, with males weighing around 5.5 to 7 pounds or 2.5 to 3.2 kilograms in weight, and females around 4.5 to 6 pounds or 2 to 2.7 kilograms. The body is carried at an angle of around 35 degrees of the horizontal when the bird is in motion. The neck is long and curved, the breast is full, and the back is broad. The bill is broad and long and is typically yellow when the bird is young, turning with age to a gray-green in ducks and a green-spotted yellow in drakes. The legs and feet are orange, sometimes with dark mottling. Though the magpie is commonly reared for showing, it was originally bred as a commercial and utility bird to provide both meat and eggs. Magpie ducks lay approximately 80 eggs per year, and they vary in color from white to pale green and hatch after 18 to 19 days. These ducks will typically reach sexual maturity around 25 to 30 weeks of age and live upwards of 12 years. Next up is the pink cockatoo, which is also known as Major Michel's cockatoo or lead-beater's cockatoo. It is a species of cockatoo which is endemic to Australia. Pink cockatoos are social birds living in pairs or flocks up around 10 to 50 birds, which often includes individuals from other species, such as gallows or little corellas. These birds inhabit scrublands, dry woodlands, and savannas, where they spend their days foraging both in the trees and on the ground for food, such as seeds, nuts, grains, fruits, and tubers. Pink cockatoos are preyed upon by falcons, eagles, snakes, foxes, and cats. Reaching around 13 to 16 inches or 33 to 41 centimeters in length, 10 to 16 ounces or 300 to 450 grams in weight, with a 32-inch or 81 centimeter wingspan, the pink cockatoo is a medium-sized bird which sports a white back, tail, and wings, and its breast, head, and stomach vary in color from a pale salmon pink to a more robust solid pink. The underside of the wings and base of the tail is similar in color to the breast and stomach, but are often richer and deeper in color. They have a prominent crest which is banded in red, yellow, with white tips, with gray feet and a beige or off-white beak. Pink cockatoos form lifelong mated pairs, and the breeding season lasts from August into December. During such time, a pair will build a nest inside of a tree hollow and become very aggressive towards the others of their species, establishing a 1 kilometer territory around their nest. 2 to 5 eggs are typically laid and then are incubated in shifts by both parents for 23 to 30 days. The young fledge around 6 to 8 weeks of age, but often remain by their parents' side until they reach sexual maturity, around 3 to 4 years of age. In ideal conditions, a pink cockatoo will live upwards of 80 years. And our extinct animal of the week is Diplocaulus, which is an extinct genus of leptospondyle amphibians, which lived throughout what is now North America and Africa during the late Carboniferous into the late Permian, some 306 to 255 million years ago. The first remains of Diplocaulus, consisting of several vertebrae, were discovered near Danville, Illinois, by geologists William Gurley and J.C. Winslow, which then gave said fossils to renowned paleontologist Edward Drinker Cope, who named and described the animal as Diplocaulus salamandroides in 1877. Several much more complete skeletons would soon be unearthed from the red beds of Texas and Oklahoma, where they would be named and described by Cope in 1882 as Diplocaulus magicornis. These specimens allowed Cope and other paleontologists to realize the nature of Diplocaulus as a bizarre long-horned Bactrian amphibian. Since then, dozens of additional specimens have been recovered, and today 5 species are considered valid: D. salamandroides, D. magnicornis, D. brevoicidus, D. recurvatus, and D. minimus. Reaching up to 3.3 feet or 1 meter in length, Diplocaulus was a relatively large amphibian that had a stocky salamander-like body with a long eel-like tail which it used to propel itself through the water. Its iconic, unusual boomerang-shaped head, which has been a source of interest ever since its discovery, has had multiple ideas proposed for how it functioned, ranging from the skull acting as a hydrofoil, allowing the animal to move in strong currents, the skull making it hard for other predators to swallow it, or the skull acting as a form of display and communication between members of the same species. And on all honesty, it could have been used for all 3 of these purposes. In life, Diplocaulus likely inhabited fast-moving streams and rivers, where it fed upon fish, invertebrates, and smaller amphibians, while itself being preyed upon by massive invertebrates, sharks, other large fish, and large tetrapods such as Erops and Dimetrodon. As always, take care to my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Have a wonderful day.